The secret behind Surah Al-Fatiha.
And this why Surah Al-Fatiha, one scholar, which is the first chapter in Quran, one scholar, he wrote actually 4-volume books. The 4-volume books actually not written for Surah Al-Fatiha, it's written for one verse only from Surah Al-Fatiha. Why? Because he say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he sent many books, many revelation, many messages, and he summarized it in Zabur, Torah, Injil, and Quran. This is a mean for scripture. And this 4, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala summarized it in Al-Quran. And Al-Quran, the whole revelation, has been summarized in Surah Al-Fatiha. And Surah Al-Fatiha has been summarized in one verse. This is why Surah Al-Fatiha has another name. Al-Kitab, the mother of the book. Imagine one chapter, only 7 verse, and this 7 verse, okay, is actually containing everything in this book, which is the book of Quran. This is why some scholar can give you Surah Al-Fatiha in volume after volume just to give you the understanding of it. And now, this scholar, he wrote this 4-volume, not only for Surah Al-Fatiha, only for 2 verses inside Surah Al-Fatiha. And he said, the whole deen of Islam for only these 2 verses. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Only you, Allah, we worship, and only you, Allah, we seek guidance and help and support. And this was the whole thing all about. Now,
What's the difference between the rules for men and women?
what's the difference between the rule and regulation for men and women? You see, this is one of the another wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometime today some women complain, some men complain. Allah ruling to me is different than Allah ruling to men. Again, is a hidden wisdom. The same topic we talk about it. Who's the master? Who's the ruler? Who's the Rabb? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the master, He's the ruler, I have to be number 1 said, سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. We listen and we obey. This is number 1. سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. We listen and we obey. But sometimes, and this was the main thing all about, sometimes we do not like it. What we don't like? We do not like the obedience. And again, this show me the status of my slavery and my status of my iman, faith between me and Allah. And this was the whole Islam all about. How much we submit, how much we surrender, how much we really try. And this was the whole thing all about. The whole life is all about how much we really try to reach out the level of complete submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Do we own anything, or is it a trust?
Yes. What happened is, when we look today to many problems in our life, what's the main problem? The main problem is, sometimes we feel like we own something. The husband said, I own my wife. The wife, I own my husband. Every person said, I own something. And this owning drive people nuts. And drive people against each other. And if we really think about it, what I own? What I own? I own my body? No. I own my wife, my kids? No. I own anything? No. I own anything in this life? No. We're running after owning, and we forget we're leaving. And we're never going to get anything of what we think we own, because in the reality, we do not own. And this is a trust, because we do not own is a trust. My body is a trust. My money is a trust. My health is a trust. My time is a trust. Husband and wife is a trust. Kids is a trust. And will be a question about every trust. How we deal with it according to the ruling of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, Allah will ask us, how much you take care about my trust by my own ruling. Oh Allah, I have this problem, this problem, this problem. Allah said, okay, you try to solve it by my own ruling. If you try to solve it by my own ruling, you will have that. No problem. But our problem is, we forget it's just a trust, and we start trying to accumulate and own, which we do not own nothing. Actually, the only thing we own is a connection between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's not own, it's a tawfiq, is an ability from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to our desire and trying.
Where are we going?
And this leads us, where are we going? Why I use this word? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say it in Quran, where are we going? فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ? Because if we remember where we're going, we're going to the grave. We're going to the hereafter. We're going to be questioned about everything we think we own. We're going to leave it, and we're going to be questioned about it.
The absence of role models in the environment and why.
Why we have all this topic getting confused? Because we misunderstand what is going on. And we lost the goal and where we're going. And why? Because we have no role model. And we do not have the right environment. But why we do not have the right role model and the right environment? This brings another question. Why? Because we have no desire to have the right model and right environment. Because as a human being, we always look and reach for what we desire. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it clear in many areas in Quran, especially in one verse. In one verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those who are struggle for me, I will show them guidance. Do we try to see who our role model, our qudwa? Do we really reach for the right environment? We really try?
The absence of sincerity, truth, what's the difference? Where are we going?
Okay, again, this leads us to another question. The absence of sincerity, the absence of truth, and where are we going? Why everything become like foggy to us? Why we cannot see where we're going? We become like we're going in a dark road without no light. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised us to give us the light for those who want light. But what happened today, we do not get the right light. Why we do not get the right light? Because we not acquire it and we not inquire it. Because if we really want the light, Allah will give us the light. But because the heart is sick, we do not have real sincerity. We do not have real truth between us and Allah. If I'm truthful to Allah, 99% of my problems not exist. I have no problem. My main problem if I go to the grave and I was not a real servant of Allah. This is my problem.